When I bought this property 8 years ago, it was all grass, about an acre of it. To mow it, I've been using this Castle Garden 775 IS. The IS stands for In Start, and it's been fabulous. I really like the In Start, pretty much a go button. It's been very reliable. However, recently the differential has gone. I've had a look. The differential is a non-serviceable part. Fortunately, a relative is in between houses, and I've had the use of this Titan 36 volt brushless battery operated mower. It doesn't have a differential. It's not power assisted. It doesn't really matter. It's light. I haven't had any issues pushing it up any of the one remaining steep slope on this property that has to be mowed. I've been genuinely astonished at how capable it is. Once a year at the beginning of spring, I firstly mow all the lawns here, then scarify them to take out all the moss and thatch. The moss here can be really thick and spongy. After that, I mow using the collection box, hoovering up all the moss and thatch. Even though the Castle Garden is walk assist powered rear wheels, it's heavy. The moss here can be very thick and spongy. It would sink down, and it was a real effort to push it along. This is so light that didn't happen this year. It was effortless. This is the last remaining slope that I spoke about. Electric motors are much quieter than petrol 4-stroke combustion engines. The rule of thumb is anything above 85 decibels for prolonged periods requires ear protection. This is reckoned to be around 89 decibels. So the fabulous thing about battery operated garden machinery is when not in use, they're silent. It dealt with some overgrown lawn easily. There's an indicator to tell you when the box is full. Besides the brushless motor, it seems to have some sensing technology. So when it's cutting through thicker grass, it puts more effort into it. Therefore, only using power when it's required, further increasing efficiency and battery runtime. Ploughing through heavy moss and thatch, scarifications, collecting it in the box was very fatiguing using the heavy petrol machine. This is just so light and easily manoeuvred. Other than the spring cutting, scarifying and hoovering up, I mulch cut. The mulch plug slides in easily. There's 7 cutting heights. This is currently on 3. The cutting depth is easily adjusted. The kit, €390, comes with one battery and a rapid charger. Extra batteries are €77. I'm not aspiring to a bowling green standard. This is perfectly fine. I was really pushing it, mowing all the lawns here and then hoovering up all the thatch and moss after scarifying them. And generally when I put the flattened batteries into the charger, they would indicate they were too hot. Took about 15 minutes or so for them to cool down enough to start charging. I did read a few reviews where people said they were having an issue with the batteries overheating. Personally, I would say that I'm really happy with their performance. There, I've just shown you when I was doing that mulching, the battery ran flat, and when I popped in the charger, I was expecting to show you that it was too hot, and it was absolutely fine. So no issues with the battery or charger. From memory, I used around 7 batteries to complete mowing all the lawn, hoovering up all the scarifications afterwards, and you can bear in mind that I mowed this section twice because the moss was so thick I scarified it twice. Considering I've scarified all the lawns, I am very pleased with the cut. A nice sharp blade will improve the quality of cut you get. A dull, chipped blade will decrease battery runtime. You can sharpen blades, but you do have to be careful that you sharpen them equally, take off the same amount of material on both sides so that you don't set up a vibration. You probably don't notice that vibration on a 4-stroke petrol mower. Internal combustion engines vibrate anyway. Electric motors are very smooth and therefore less fatiguing. Plenty of stones here, and while mowing the lawn I heard several big chunky ones hit the blade. It is badly chipped. This is a common size, 41 centimetres, so before I hand it back to the relative, I'm just going to replace the blade. The only slight niggle that I had was when removing the collection box. It needs to be slid out underneath the handle, whereas with the Castle Garden you can lift it straight up. But as I only use the collection box once a year, it really is being picky. And the Titan folds up really easily. So light, taking up much less room when you go to store it after use. Overall, I've found this mower to be quite remarkable, cutting a large area of lawn easily and with a nice finish. Thanks for taking the time, always appreciated.